Welcome back to the show, you guys. Now, our next guest is out here putting New York back on the map and repping Staten Island. You may know him from his breakout single, Whoopty, which has nearly 270 million views on YouTube and hit the Billboard top 10 in both the United States and the UK. He's here to talk about his recently released EP, Loyalty Over Royalty, and more upcoming music. Let's welcome CJ into the mix. Hey,
Yeah.
CJ.
How y'all doing?
How you doing? Good. How are you?
I'm blessed.
To have you on the show, man.
Grateful to be here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. Young legend, man.
Mhm. Absolutely. I've been singing Whoopty all day.
It has.
And I don't know the words, but I just make it up, but it goes with the beat. So I just rock it.
Kind of simple.
I know the words, Ton. I got you.
It's a movie. That's it. Simple.
Period.
Absolutely. So, okay, you're from one of my favorite cities in the world, dog. You are from New York, Staten Island in particular, and it's home to the legendary Wu-Tang Clan. Now, you came up in a completely different generation than them, but please tell us, what was it like growing up in Staten Island?
Pretty much, it's a small town. I believe we're like 14 miles, within the island. So, pretty much everybody just grew up together. People I went to elementary school with, went to junior high school with. So, we all knew each other. So, it's a lot of, the same faces. But, I started, making music young, and I always had a love for it since I was a kid. So, that was my only way out.
And now you've said that you feel like Staten Island is like the forgotten borough. And I feel like Wu-Tang Clan, they said the same thing back in the day when they were trying to get on. So why do you feel like Staten Island doesn't get the same love as a Brooklyn or the Bronx? I actually lived in the Bronx for a year, BX.
All right, BA.
Like I said, I feel like it's just because it's super small. Brooklyn, there's a lot of artists that come out of there, every day. The Bronx, always got artists coming out of there, Harlem. I just feel like we never really have that spotlight on us, as you can see, like we said, it's been 25 years, 30 years in the making that, something has came out of Staten Island. So I just feel like musically wise, we don't really get that attention and that spotlight we, deserve, but there's a lot of talent out here. So.
Yeah. Since you're the first artist since Wu-Tang to really blow up and come out of Staten Island, do you feel like the baton or the torch has been passed to you and like you are the chosen one?
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, that right there, 25 years in the making, 25, 30 years, like that's just unheard of. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you hear about artists coming, from Brooklyn, that blow up all the time. Artists that come from the Bronx blow up all the time. Artists from Harlem, Queens. You don't really hear about Staten Island artists, making it out. So it's kind of like, it's definitely a blessing. And, shout out to the Wu, they definitely reached out and showed their love and support. So that right there, that was a huge moment. So.
Yeah, definitely something I like that you said. You said you love making music at a young age. So you kind of already knew your purpose. But when did you fall in love with rap?
I want to say about maybe like 13 years old. I had like saved up like, a few bucks, and I kind of like bought myself a mic and I started investing in myself. I bought myself a mic. I had like a laptop and I started recording myself. So I would just download beats on YouTube and stuff like that and just play around, create melodies, create flows at that age. And that's really it, that right there.
So at 13, you was getting it in. You already knew this is what I wanted to do professionally.
Wow. Yeah, sure. Like I had it in my head. I'm like, yo, like this is gonna be my way out. Like I don't even want to think about working, thinking about doing something else. Like I feel like this is what I'm destined to be.
Okay.
Big.
Focus.
Now, that's that focus. Now, when I listen to your music, I always say you don't have like a stereotypical New York rap style. So if someone hadn't heard your music before, what would you say that you sound like? Like, what do you think your sound and your style is?
I never really I'm the type of artist, I never really pigeonhole myself into anything like a genre, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm kind of like I would say like a versatile artist. Like I could do melodic music, I could do drill music, I could do, songs for the club, songs for TikTok, radio. So I'm kind of like that lane. Like I could pretty much, rap on any type of beat or, come up with any type of flow. So.
He basically coming for the Drake spot. That's what he said. He about to
Pretty much.
He about to take over the world.
I just I just got the opportunity, chop it up with him, finally meet him for the first time, like last week. Super dope.
How was that experience for you?
Yeah, that was crazy. We was in LA. I was at the Oscars after party, so it was like a bunch of actresses, actors, celebrities in the building, and he had came up.
Sorry. It was clean. I just had to say.
Shout out my stylist Bo on the outfit. So pretty much he just came up to me and was like, yo, keep doing your thing. I love what you're doing out here, and that right there, like even having the opportunity to just sit there and chop it up with him for a few seconds, or him even greeting me and knowing who I am, that right there is a blessing. Especially where I'm coming from.
The most successful people in this industry, they say the same thing you say, and this at a young age. You don't put yourself in a box, no matter where you're from. You're able to adapt, and that's going to take you a long way. Not even just in music, but just in this industry as a whole. Because a lot of people get stuck in one lane, and they realize why am I not taking that next jump? So you already got it. I love when young artists come on the mix and you see their mindset and the reason why they're successful.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of artists are scared to try new things and scared to be versatile. Like for me, like for example, when I blew up, it was off of a drill song. So a lot of people was gonna expect just drill music from me, but I'm not afraid to take that next step or jump into that different lane. You know what I'm saying? So and it's working out for me. Like I said, I got songs that's blowing up, and the Latin culture. You know what I'm saying? But that's because of me taking that that outside lane. So.
That's big. Big.
Yeah. Now, New York has been kind of quieter recently than in the days when New York was like 90% of rap. Now, do you think New York has to reprove themselves, or would you say that New York never left?
It's like, the South really got it right now. And I kind of feel like it's been like that for a few years. New York, they go. she
Look at go.
I was just gonna let you say it. I was gonna let you say it.
I always pay my, give credit where it's due. But yeah, I feel like New York just be, they show up and they go missing for a little while and come back. That's kind of like the flow we always had. But I feel like, when the time is right, we always, show and prove. So, we lost a huge part, of hip hop as far as the New York side. May he rest in peace, Pop Smoke. That he was a major part in the New York movement. So, kind of like you said, it's a little quiet right now. But shout out to all the New York artists doing their thing. A Boogie, Fabio Foreign, me, J.I. So. Like I said, we have our good.
Damn, y'all not that quiet. Y'all heard the names you just said, man.
Right.
Not quiet.
But you know what though, hip hop started in New York though, so it's only right that it goes in waves. It's gonna come right back.
Yeah,
that's true.
I mean, can I ask, like, who are some of your favorite New York artists coming up as you were like younger, getting into the rap game and everything?
Yeah, so a lot of people probably expect me to like, be this huge, Wu-Tang Clan fan, but they came a little before me. Like I grew up, early 2000s. I was born in 97. They were really relevant around like 94, 95. So they're a little before me. So I grew up pretty much on just like, 50 Cent, Jay-Z, Nas, Lil Wayne in that era, the 2003, 2004. So.
Yeah,
hey, look, I gotta ask a question real quick, man. Why don't people give Lil Wayne his roses while he's here? Like, the man is a big influence on music. Like, why don't Wayne get the roses, man?
It's a GOAT, man. I don't know. I feel like maybe because he's not talked about as much right now, but they don't realize the work that he put in during that time. The early 2000s, he was on fire. A Millie, all the shit he had, out. I'm a huge fan. I definitely give him his flowers and credit where it's due. Shout out to Wayne. To me, he's
real
one of the greatest in my eyes. So.
He is one of the greatest. And that was interesting because Zoe asked you about New York artists and you said you threw Wayne in there. So I think that showed how great of a artist he is and the input and the imprint that he have on hip hop in general.
Mhm.
So shout out to Weezy, man, for real. One of the greatest rapper alive. I'm throwing it out there, man. Hip hop wouldn't be hip hop without Weezy, for real. That's from me, from No Limit, from New Orleans, man, for real. Salute to Weezy.
Yes.
Okay, listen, this is the moment I think we've all been waiting for. We're gonna get into
Okay.
your certified platinum single, Whoopty. It swept airways and social media, especially like TikTok challenges were blowing up. You had young people, old people, all singing the song. Anton singing it the whole. I'm gonna ask you a dumb question. I apologize in advance, but I'm from the West Coast, so I'm not really tuned in, tapped into this East Coast slang. What does Whoopty mean?
Good question.
Thank you.
You want to know?
It's a word, like, this how me and my guys greet each other. Like, you know, at first, like, it wasn't something that everybody would say on a regular, you know what I'm saying? Like it's me and my crew, like me and my guys, that's how we greet each other when we see each other. But I decided to put it in a song, and I didn't know it was gonna take off like the way it did. So, you know, now I got, you know, people all around the world saying it. So
Wait, I'm sorry, can I just ask, like, so y'all walk up and y'all like, whoop-dee? Like, how does it go? It's like, whoop-dee.
exactly how
That's
exactly.
kind of hard. I like
Okay.
Whoopty. You want something to eat? Whoopty.
That's bad answer.
Wait, I gotta know this because I was reading earlier that I want to know if it's true that your sister actually told you to download TikTok, and then you decided to use TikTok because you didn't have it before, and once you put the dance to it, the song just blew up.
Yeah, for sure. Like I really wasn't in tune with TikTok. You know, I was just like, you know, what is that? It's like I thought it was like Triller and stuff like that. So, you know, I'm a little older. Well, I'm not that old. I'm 24, but you know, she's 18, so she was kind of like schooling me, like, nah, you gotta download it. Everybody's on it. You know, your song is, you know, super dope. I think we should make a challenge to it and do a dance. I'm like, do a dance? I ain't about to be no dancing on no app. You know what I'm saying? So she was just like, nah, trust me, like, it's gonna blow up. So I'm like, all right, let me try this out. We did like a little Whoopty challenge. We did like a week straight that we did a challenge like every day. And after that, like, it just started picking up. Like, I would click on the sound and there would be like thousands of videos coming from all around the world. Going up overnight. And yeah, man. You know.
So shout out to Lil Sis, huh?
Okay.
But listen, you mentioned earlier that Whoopty was an off a drill beat. So would you consider yourself a drill artist? And also another question, what's the difference between New York and Chicago drill?
Yeah, so pretty much to answer the first question, like, nah, I definitely wouldn't consider myself a drill artist because before Whoopty came about, I was doing like more melodic records, you know what I'm saying? Whoopty was actually my first drill song that I ever attempted to rap on. A lot of people don't know that. And it just so happened to blow up. And to answer the second question, the difference between New York drill and Chicago drill, I feel like, you know, everybody knows Chicago drill came first. You know, they was doing their thing. You know, Chief Keef, you know, Lil Durk, Lil Reese. So shout out to all them guys.
Yeah.
I feel like New York kind of just took that and like, you know, made their own little twist to it and kind of just like made it more fun and made it more dancey, you know, for people to, you know, get up and start doing their little moves and their little ones and twos. So they kind of just made it, we kind of just made it more fun in a way and, you know, more catchy, like for people to sing along to.
Yeah, a little remix on it.
Chicago did it first, but New York did it better.
Period.
I'm not even sure if Chicago did it first because I really heard it really originated from the UK. So don't quote me.
Oh, wow.
No, but that's the cool thing with music. Like all music inspire each other. You know, I hate when people be like, well, they took it from here and took it from there. It's like, that's what you're supposed to do as a creative. If something inspires you, you got to put your flip on it and make it better.
100%.
Tommy, I'm glad you said that.
Me too. You just said a lot.
That needed to be said because me and my friends be arguing all the time, and I'm like, they were inspired by this stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the point of making music if we can't be inspired by it?
Sure.
Right.
Sure. Okay, CJ. So the Whoopty video has over 269 million views, dog.
Round of applause for that.
That's
Stop playing with
crazy. That doesn't even like I've never even heard of those numbers, especially for a new artist. Like, how does
Man,
that make you feel? Like hearing that number and knowing that you really have that many people checking out your music.
Yeah, it's crazy because just the other day, like I was having a conversation about the record and the video, and for some reason, like I kept feeling like it was longer than what it was. Like I'm like, yo, I've been on this little run for about a year now, and I checked the video and I was like, yo, this shit came out 8 months ago. Like it don't even feel like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't realize it was that, um. So I was just like, it's a blessing, you know what I'm saying? Especially like I said, coming from where I'm coming from, such a small town, you don't really hear about a sound like that, all the time. So I'm just super grateful to be here. I'm blessed. We just hit 1 billion streams on all platforms.
Period.
And I just received my physical plaques. We went platinum in the pandemic. That's the slogan that me and my team is running with. Like I said, this is something that's unheard of, from a kid, coming from Staten Island, New York. So
absolutely. How did your mom feel about getting those plaques? Like, what was her response to that?
And she's just super proud. Like I was saying, I wasn't in town. I wasn't in town the day my plaques got dropped off to the house. So she was like, "Yo, there's 3 big boxes here. What's this?" And I was like, "Ma, that's my plaques." You know what I'm saying? So, receiving them and bringing them in the house and hanging them up. That right there is just a great feeling. Like, so it's just a real moment for me. So,
man,
Okay.
real.
Now you also drop a little Spanish in the song. So I want to know, is it easier for you to rap in Spanish or in English?
it's kind of like, it's definitely, I want to say definitely more easier for me to rap in English. Like, I do come from a Spanish background, but my first language was English. Like, my mom ain't really like, teach me a lot of Spanish. But, now that I'm doing this Latin music and I'm tapping into that lane, I'm starting to learn, as I'm going. But yeah, like I said, like English was definitely my first language, so it's a little easy for me to rap in English.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
y'all know me Espanol is muy bien invested too. I'm just saying.
Oh, Romeo,
Right.
don't you trying to
Cut it
include
out.
yourself?
Cut it out.
Yeah, okay, wait, okay, back to CJ. Now you also have been working with a lot of Latin artists, and we've been seeing you posted up with folks like Bad Bunny. So why do you feel it's important to incorporate your culture in your music? And what new Spanish music do you have coming out? We would love to know.
Yeah, I definitely feel like it's important, like I said, I definitely always wanted, even when I was young, I always wanted to, touch base on my Latin side and embrace that, my culture a little more. So even working with, artists like, Anuel, Ozuna, Alaufa, Faruko, those artists are super dope and super talented. So even just having the opportunity to work with them and meet them is just, it's a crazy experience. Shout out to Bad Bunny. He's a fan of the music.
Yeah.
He's a different type of superstar. Where I'm from, we call him the Spanish Drake. So
That's
please
perfect, actually.
Between you and Bad Bunny, are we gonna get a single soon between you two?
Man, hopefully, like I said, when I got the opportunity to meet him, we was in Miami. As soon as he see me, like he didn't even have to get introduced to me. Like, as soon as he see my face, he was like, "Whoopty!" I was like, "Oh, it's over."
It's over.
Hopefully soon, maybe me and him lock in. I kind of work with a lot of artists that he worked with, so maybe one day we in the same studio or something like that, and we put it together. So
well, look, man, you already working with big dogs. I peeped out that French Montana actually EP your new project. So like, how did that link up?
Yeah, shout out to French. He just he kind of just reached out to me on some just showing love and support, especially young artists coming from New York. He was like, "Yo, I love what you're doing. I love Whoopty. I love everything that you got going on." He was like, "Yo, whenever you're in LA, come by the crib, let's cook up." And as soon as I met up with him, we locked in immediately. We made I believe 7-8 songs in 2 days.
Wow.
So me and French did
Nice.
some records, about to come out. Me and him got a record on my EP. It's called I'm Lit. Super dope club banger. But
yeah, I was about to ask you, what was your favorite song that y'all worked on this far?
It's a song that's not out yet. It's It's called $1 Million. What is it? $1 Million. What is it? $1 Million Signs. It's called $1 Million Signs.
$1 Million Signs. Breaking news on the mix, y'all.
Period.
Wait, but I wanted to ask you, CJ, really quick. You do have an album dropping this summer, so will French be helping you with this one as well?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna, get in the booth for him and just get his input. And, like I said, French has a great ear for music. Like a lot of people don't know, like he could really sit there and be an A&R if he wanted to. As far as production, I'm definitely going, asking for help, especially him being in the game for so long and having so many hits under his belt. I'm definitely gonna, reach out to him and, reach out to, a lot of artists that I have relationships with and just get their input on my project. So for sure.
Man. Hey, big things coming from CJ, man, for real, man. The mindset.
And pretty much, I think what he's saying is he's gonna be taking over our summer. We're gonna be listening.
Right. Yeah, that's what it's giving.
I'm talking about hip hop and the Latin side for sure.
Period. Okay. Okay, guys. Well, we have to take a quick break, but we want to thank CJ for coming through and getting into the mix with us tonight. Everybody be sure and follow him and look out for his album coming this summer. And if you don't already, go download his EP, Loyalty Over Royalty. Thank you so much again, CJ. And we will be right back with more on the mix here on FOXSOUL.
Yeah.